Now to a topic that's often difficult to discuss: domestic abuse and the terror, anxiety, and confusion that survivors feel long after the incident. Now, at least one police department is trying to help with that, training officers on how to better respond to these types of calls, and even more importantly, staying in touch with survivors year after year. Kristen Dahlgren reports.
Dallas police!
In Dallas, a domestic violence call. Officers on the scene. A carefully staged scene.
So it's our responsibility to try to investigate as much as we can, right?
Designed to teach these recruits the delicate nature of domestic violence incidents.
Maybe sometimes they'll feel like there's no place to turn, they have nowhere to go.
Where police departments nationwide may have domestic violence units, in Dallas, all police recruits now get special training in handling these incidents.
This year, almost 20% of the murder has been some sort of family violence related.
DPD fields close to 15,000 domestic violence calls a year, often repeat offenders, with victims who can be terrified to speak up. So officers are trained to look for repeat violence.
Make sure you're okay.
Scan for injuries that may be hidden.
How would you define these marks? Because we're looking at marks across her neck.
From January to August of 2021, family-related aggravated assaults were up almost 8%. Last fall, the department added detectives and started working more closely with local advocates and aid organizations, visiting victims well after the initial call.
Oftentimes, you have victims that somewhat feel captive in that environment, that we need to do our very best to ensure that we have a holistic approach to really get them the help they need.
On this day, with a representative from a local shelter along,
So come in, talk to you for a minute.
They check in on Alex Aguilar, who was beaten and strangled by a boyfriend.
Did you think you were going to die? Yes. Yes.
Her attacker was convicted of assault, but the family violence unit hasn't forgotten her.
I didn't know how to prepare for court. I didn't know how to leave my house. I didn't know where I should go. And because of the detectives, I was able to navigate through much of that.
How much does it mean to you to have them coming to check on you?
Because you're so broken down from the abuse itself. And so when somebody takes time to ask you, hey, how are you? Is there anything that I can do for you? It makes you feel like you matter. And it's huge.
Jaleesa Reed is one of the unit's new detectives.
I know victims feel as if we get cases after cases after cases and they're just pushed to the back. So to have a unit that will follow up with them and stick with them, I think that's so important.
A new way to police domestic violence, offering hope fewer victims fall through the cracks.